back to the channel. Now today's review is also going to be on another product from Elon Accessories. By the way, aren't their boxes awesome? I mean, how cool is this? It just feels like a great high quality product, how these things come. But what we're taking a look at today is a 15-inch touchscreen protector for the Tesla Model 3. But the unique thing about this one, which is why I'm reviewing this one, is that I've never used one of these before that is kind of a matte finish. The one I have in my car right now is the glossy finish, and as you guys know, I've complained lately about all the glare on the screen in the cameras, especially when you guys are trying to watch it, and this is supposed to do a couple things that my current one just doesn't do. One, remove glare. Two, fingerprints. Now originally I did want the glossy one because I wanted that kind of shiny finish, but this one's going to have 95% I guess I call it visibility or whatever you call it. In other words, it's only doing about 5% of this screen is delaying how clear you see through it. So it shouldn't impact how bright and clear the screen is very much. Let me rephrase that. It's 97% transparent. I just had to look it up. This does come with a lifetime guarantee, which is always nice. And again, you can find it on Amazon for $69.99, so $70. And again, that's a Prime deal. And if you do buy the Prime, I believe, yes, you do get free returns if you do not use it or whatever. So next thing is I want to do is go out there and share with you guys a little bit of what it looks like with the glossy one on, and then we're going to put this one on, we're going to install it and see what the difference is, and just see if it's actually noticeable. Matte finish versus glossy finish. Let's get out there. So first, let's take a look at the actual glare on this screen. So you can see the glare easily right there, that line. You can see the fingerprints like crazy on there. It's just very obvious, and I'll be really surprised to see if this new one can do that much better. But I guess the first step here is to figure out just exactly how to get this thing off, meaning the original one I have here. So I guess here we go. I mean, I don't know any other way to doing this other than just hooking it. Oh, well, that's that was easy. I literally thought that was going to be tough. So, okay, now we're going to take the new one and see. When you open up the box here, we've got an installation kit. And inside here, what do we have? Clean wipes, wet and dry. We have, it looks like a scraper of sorts. We have guide stickers and a rag. And then you get a bunch of these things as usual in Elon Accessories kits, which is simply a card, which I don't know what you're supposed to do with this, but it says, yes, you do suck at parking, fellow driver. And then there's a cloth inside of there as well. So just something to give someone else. I think it's more like I'm not sure what these are for, to be honest with you. Just to share about Elon Accessories, maybe. Kind of funny. And then you have the installation guide. So before you start installing during the daytime, mornings are best. Preheat, cool. Okay, it does say to do this with the HVAC off. However, it is too hot and I don't feel like waiting until tomorrow morning to do this. So we're going to install it right now. So I would highly recommend you listen to what they say. But if you guys have been around the channel long, I am terrible at listening to instructions. Put your touch screen in clean mode. So go to there, display, screen clean mode. All right, so that's all done. Clean the touch screen with dry wipe or microfiber cloth. Mine was already pretty clean because I already had a screen protector on there. But if you don't have one on already and this is the first one you're putting on, I would recommend using the wet one. Get it real nice and clean. Not a wet one, the wet wipe, you know, the one that comes here. And then use the dry one after and get it all nice. So my screen is literally perfect right now. You don't want any, like I say, any dust particles that are floating on there are going to be stuck on there when you put the screen protector on. So take your time and really get this looking good. And the reason why they want the HVAC off is because it's going to move air around and put particles back on your screen a lot easier. But it's just how it's going to be right now. It's almost 95 degrees. So what we're going to basically do is we're going to take 5 of these, okay, and we're going to put them kind of half on the screen, sticking straight up like this. Next, I'm going to take the screen protector out, and just holding it like this, you can see that it is a lot darker than the other. And I can see already I put a fingerprint on it on the back side. Now this will break, so you got to be careful with this. So next I'm going to get this lined up here. That does fit absolutely perfect on the screen. Wow, my last one was not perfect. So when that's done, then we're going to bring these over, clamp her right down in place, do the 2 edge ones, keep them nice and tight so it doesn't have any room to move on you. Now I'm going to kind of wipe this off to see how much of that is on the front versus underneath. So I can see that there's a few spots in here where there's some stuff on the screen, so I'm going to lift this up. Unfortunately for me, I have my screen tilted, so it does hit my steering wheel here. So I got to kind of come under here stealthily and wipe it off. All right, so that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to lift this up and peel this off, which is going to be kind of tricky for me considering I can't lift it up all the way. Just got to do this nice and slow and careful. All right, now starting from the top, just going to kind of let this go down. What's interesting is I do have a line going straight through this. It's too big. I don't know if you can see that. I have two big lines going right through the screen protector. That's weird. Hope that goes away. That's kind of annoying. I'm just going to kind of start going like this, making sure all those bubbles come out. Yeah, I got bubbles like all over in mine, and the problem is too, I can't necessarily see them all because of the stickers up here, but they do come out if you just got to be able to spot them. All right, so let's take these stickers off now and see what it looks like. It did leave a little bit of a mark, a little bit of its stickiness on the back of this screen. It's probably because I'm in such intense heat coming down on it that it's melting the sticker onto it, which is probably why they say, you know, do it in a place that's kind of cool, not in the middle of the heat like I am right now. Now I'm going to rub out these little marks here from the stickers. Okay, I can still see I got a few more bubbles that were underneath the stickers. Here's what I'll say for sure about this screen protector versus the glossy one I put on, is I had literally no issues at all with this with my other one. That was the glossy type. It seemed like a lot lower quality than this one. Which a lot of times when you have to put more work into something because it is better. But this one for sure is a lot more work to get it right. But I think it's going to be all worth it because this looks really good. We've got her on, got all the bubbles out. It's had to go around with the cloth at the end to all the edges. Looking at it now, I mean, there's a few spots like here and here that I couldn't get out. They're like little tiny micro bubbles that I couldn't get out. One over here as well that I just could not get out of here. I don't know what this whole no fingerprint thing. I mean, that's pretty obviously fingerprints, you know. So I'm not really sure. It's just the last one claimed that weren't gonna have a lot of fingerprints up there either, but there most definitely was. So I don't know why. It's like, why do they keep telling me there's no fingerprints on these things? It is clear as day that there are fingerprints on there. Definitely not as bright. So turning that up a little bit. I mean, usually I keep this like way down here, but the brightness on this right now is way higher. It's still not as bright at me. I'll tell you this right now for sure is that I like the glare. I like the brightness of the other one a lot better. You definitely feel like you're looking through a film here. The question is going to be, how do I feel about it in terms of driving around with that? So let's go take it around the block real quick and we will find out. Just do a couple laps around my neighborhood. I'm not saying I don't like it. Like, I'm just saying I think I like the crisp clear that you get from the other one a little bit better. But you can see everything fine. It does look good, and I mean, it is a sunny day and the glare is definitely reduced. So from the glare standpoint, definitely works. Yeah, there's much less glare on it. So anyway, my final thoughts on this right now, having not spent a lot of time with it, obviously I just installed it, is that a little bit harder to install than the glossy ones. It's a different look, and I think a lot of you guys are actually going to like it. I originally started off not liking it, thinking I wanted that crisp, but this is kind of like it kind of dulls it out a little bit, but it actually looks pretty cool when you kind of get used to it. It's just, will it be the functionality that you're paying for with something as expensive as this item? And so I just need to see if it's worth it, because you can pick up a glossy one for a lot cheaper. So what we're going to do is over the next couple weeks, I'm going to drive around with it, see how I like it. We'll keep reporting on it, and you guys can come back for future videos to see how I am liking the matte finish. But if you're in the market for a matte finish, definitely check these guys out. Super high quality stuff. Like, there's no joke about that. It's definitely high quality. I would recommend listening to the instructions a lot better than the way I did it. Definitely make sure it's much cooler in your car. Do it earlier in the morning, stuff like that. I think that's why I battled a little bit more of it than I should have. But other than that, it works really, really well. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the install. See you on the next one.